All right, welcome to another weekly analysis video. Today is Monday, 11th, the 3rd, and yeah, well, let's go ahead and just dive right in. We're going to be going over some of the crypto as there's been just heavy downtrends going on. You probably see link that I have open right now, and then we'll take a look at gold as well. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at gold right now, and then we'll just jump into the crypto area. Weekly close, I think, yeah, monthly closed bullish. So when monthly closed bullish, something like this, I would anticipate for price to either create a lower wick. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So price to create a lower wick down to maybe this area without breaking its previous candle's low, and then as this candle is creating highs and breaking above its own structure, breaking above its current wick, that will be anticipation for price to continue up, right? So now this is monthly, so that is going to move, throughout the month, which now we can take a look at something, on a weekly. Weekly, we closed bearish, and given what we have right now, without looking daily, we have a resistance area here because the price went all the way up to 4,030 and it rejected from that area. We will take a look at it on a lower time frame, and we have all of this range on the left hand side to fill. Like this candle's wick would be this range for price to continue to move down, right? Daily, like this, all of this area is just, you can't really tell what's going on, right? Even if you say that this is a doji, the next candle should push up. Sure, it might push up, but you're still in a consolidation range, which means that it could go up and it could come straight down. So yeah, candles, they mean something, but at the same time, you have to look at where they're being formed in order for you to have a better idea on how to anticipate where the price is going to go. 4 hour, so 4 hour, we have this support area down here. If we, so we're in this consolidation zone here. We're in this zone all the way from 4,030 down to 3,975. It's a big range. So there's going to be opportunities to trade throughout, um, like this one here. You see, if we go on the 15-minute, yeah, perfect. So we see this is the resistance area. As this candle is breaking above this resistance, then we could anticipate the price to continue to push up to these wicks here, which is kind of what happened, and it didn't break below its previous low, so that's also a good sign. Overall, I do think gold should be able to come down a little bit more before going up, so that's something that I'll be looking forward to on gold. Let's see, where is Bitcoin? Any update on ZEC? Let's see. Okay, Bitcoin monthly closed bearish. Monthly closed bearish. Now, there's one thing that you have to look at is that as it did close bearish, it didn't break and close below the structure. It came all the way down to 103, but it didn't close below 103. So now if this candle, this month, we close below 103 area, there's a higher probability that we can go down to the 97,000 area, right? And then if we break the 97,000, clean break, price is closing below 97, then the next support area is all the way down to 76,000. So that's something that you should look out for in the long term. As of right now on weekly, it's coming down. And like I mentioned in the monthly candle, if this area here, this area holds and the price does not close below, then you're back in this range here. You're back in this range. And another, while we're analyzing this, this is something that I've covered in the previous video in a reel, that this is sort of like a fake out. You see, there's a lot of rejections on the left hand side here, right? This candle, it tried to push up, it closed above, but the next candle came down and closed back in this range, which means that the next candle should continue down to the bottom of the range. So it's called a fake out. The key points of a fake out is when price continues and close above and the next candle doesn't respect this area and closes below, then you should anticipate a sell to continue down to the bottom of that range. Let's take a look at on a daily. Daily, we are at a support area, so I do think that if we can stay around this area, we might be able to see at least push to the upside. Yeah, so we're at the bottom of the range. So if this area holds, then we should be able to continue to push up to 110 area again. Let's see, Ethereum, okay. Monthly closed bearish, yep, pretty sure it did. Okay. It didn't close below. Let's see, weekly. Yeah, weekly, I do believe we can come down to like 34.75 area. But here's one thing about weekly candle on crypto right now is that usually if the price is going to move to the downside, it's going to move heavy on the first couple of days of the week because there's going to be more volume. Same thing on the opposite ends when there's price that when the candle is going to move up for the week, it's most likely going to have a lot more volume in the beginning of the week rather than the end. So as of right now, I would say I wouldn't be surprised if we come down to 3,400, and that will be something. At that point, you could have some rejections and enter, sell buys for a day trade and whatnot. Let's see, I have been looking at ZEC USD, I believe that's what it is. Yeah, ZEC USD, and it's clearing highs day after day. It literally, if I go 5 minute, it literally moved like 6% from all the way down below. It moved 6% in the last 15 minutes. So it's moving quite a bit. I was looking at this. It just moved so quick. I wasn't able to enter a buy here. But this is something that I am looking at. If there is just for a day trade, if we form some sort of support like this coming down. So let's say if we come down to any of these areas here, like it comes down and it starts rejecting, right? It starts rejecting. Then I would anticipate this to be a support for price to continue back up to this area here, and that will be like 3-4%. And for me, see, it's about 3.8%, and that for me is great. So like even on 5 minute structure is usually not the best, but I'm saying this because it moves that quick, right? Okay, all right. So yeah, overall, let's take a look at ZEC, right? So we have created a low. We respected the previous candle's low. We've created its own low, and now we're breaking above the previous candle's high for price to continue to push up. And there is no data on the left side, so God knows where it's going to end up. For this, you just have to make sure that you are trading carefully. Yeah, see, I would be bullish on this as long as we're closing above 441. And so the next 4 hours, this 4 hours is closing in 24 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's not going to come down. But given this crypto, it moves a lot. So it moves a lot. So just be careful. I will, if you're in the group chat, I just entered in Tau, which it's at a very bottom. Actually, let's take a look at it. Before we go in Tau, if you're in the group chat, you might see me looking out for ZEC, and if there is a buying opportunity, I will call that out in the group chat. By the way, group chat is free. I will drop a link with this video. If anybody wants to join, feel free to do so. Tau, holy. Yeah, see, this is the kind of support area I was anticipating for price to have rejections from. I entered a buy around like 449, like around this area, and I still do think there, like let's take a look at on the higher time frame. On the weekly time frame, on the weekly weekly candle, we have closed above all of these previous wicks here. We have closed above all of these previous wicks. So this candle should not retrace more than 50% of this previous candle. That's usually like if it's an uptrend, it shouldn't come down all the way to like this area and then start to go up. That's not normal. Like with news, things could happen, but it's not normal. So 50%, like this retracement is more than enough for it to continue to push up if it's going to. Same thing, just like ZEC, right? We just looked at, is that the one? No, ZEC USD. Like this one we looked at, right? It came down about 50% of the previous candle's retracement and it started to push up. So that is something that I'm looking at Tau, just for it to have some sort of rejections here. And based on 4-hour candle, if we could possibly respect this area and have some sort of confirmation on either 1 hour or 30-minute, I do believe that we could see some retracement back on the upside, which is something that I've anticipated and I've entered into a buy, right? So this video, thank God it's short. So let's cover Forex news. Oh, sorry, the overall the news. Fundamentals and how we can align with fundamentals to make sure that we're not trading at a certain time where there's whipsaws and you just get caught off guard. Also, government is still shut down. This month, it's going to be interesting because you know what will happen is that I was thinking about this, that all of the government benefits are out. Government folks, government employees are not getting paid. So are you not worried about how things are, people are going to react? Most of America lives in paycheck to paycheck. Like I'm constantly thinking about it. It's just what we don't know what's gonna happen in the next month or so. So yeah, I don't know. It's just it's going on for quite a while now. So tomorrow, actually today we had odd meaning Australian dollar. We didn't really much have a lot for USD. Let's take a look at tomorrow. We have NZD. There's not much going on USD. We have economic optimism. Okay. Economic optimism. ADP, non-farm employment change. That's what's happening on, what's it called? November 5th, which is going to be Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, it's going to be Wednesday. So ADP at 7:15, that's something to look out for. And then PMI numbers, that usually moves the market a little bit as well. So on Wednesday, I'll be looking out for these two. I'm going to try to make sure I'm doing live streams as well, just to have more interactions and, just have more clips for Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what? I have not traded GBP JPY for a long time, but if I can, do live stream on Thursday, I will be interested because there's a lot of fundamentals that are happening in GBP, so there will be more volume. And once there's volume, we'll be anticipating price to move. Then Friday we have non-farm employment change. So unemployment rate, NFP, that will be the biggest news for this month, and we'll anticipate it will anticipate where the direction is going to be, at least for upcoming week or so. And so a lot of times you can see NFP prices are already priced into the market, but as of right now, we do anticipate for price to continue to push down for a couple of days, and if NFP is bad, then that could push gold to the newer highs, or to the it will flip up the monthly candle. So that's something that I'll be looking at, because if gold is going to flip up on a monthly candle, then it should be on Friday with the amount of volume that there will be, right? Like okay, but yeah, with that, I'll end this video, and if you have any comments, concerns, let me know, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.